Okay, so I think it's a good time to get started. So how about, I was thinking that we start in a standing position today because my guess is that most of you sit when you're at your desk. I know I sit, I don't have a standing desk, and I do sit for many, many hours at a computer myself. So we will work on all of that together. And then this is a yoga refresh. So the idea is to get some blood flowing into those areas that tend to be a little bit neglected based on those positions that we're in, and to uplift our energy so that we can utilize it efficiently and we can utilize it with a good sense of agency. So we're going to start feet hips distance apart. And we'll begin with arms alongside the body. And if you're a little colder right now, I'm a little colder, so I'm going to keep my sweater on until we get a little bit of motion going. So we'll just have the arms resting alongside the body. And it's a good time actually to wiggle around a little bit before we get quiet and try to work with the mind. So why don't we swing the arms a little bit? You can take them up, take them back. It's important not to just go right into movement and then just go through movement because, like I said, this is about mental focus, concentration, agency. So right now I just want to get some of the excess energy that's kind of bumbling around, stuff that makes us nervous or anxious or feeling rush, any of that, we'll get that out of the way now. So then we'll shake out maybe the hands, shoulders, and then letting the feet settle down. Again, hips distance apart, toes facing forward, not in, not out, but perfectly forward. And then we'll take the shoulders back, down, and then let the hands face forward actually. So turn the palms this way. And we're going to immediately start with some exercises with the eyes. But before we do that, actually, let us notice the breath. So not feeling like you have to change the breathing quite yet, which we will do it in a moment. Notice if there's a pattern to it, or if you can't really sense a pattern. Every inhale may be a little different from the next, every exhalation different from the inhalation. Maybe you're breathing out through the nose or through the mouth, or combination. Okay, so we're going to start to breathe a little bit differently now. Before we do, lift the toes and just let the weight be on the corners of the feet rather than the toes. So you can lower the toes, keep the weight in the ball and heel. And then let's begin to bring hands right to the belly. And as we inhale, expand through the belly. And as you exhale, release the belly, drawing it in. Inhaling, expanding the belly like a balloon, a small balloon for now. Exhale, deflating the balloon. We're going to have a bigger balloon now. So as you inhale, expand the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Exhale, deflate from the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Now we can get a deeper breath. Inhaling through belly, rib cage, chest. Exhale, releasing from the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Take a few more breaths like this. So now we notice a little bit more control and agency over the breath. Now, to help the mind settle down between your inhalation and exhalation, pause for 1 second with the breath, just holding the breath. So continuing. Do your best to get a breath that lasts about 5 seconds if you can, maybe longer. So an inhalation lasting maybe 5, 6, or 7 seconds, and the exhalation matching the same length as the inhalation. Evenness of breath will directly impact the evenness of mind. All right, so we're ready to move, but we're going to keep the breath going like this. And then we might even make it a little thicker in a moment, that breath. So before we go further, you can just take the hands to the hips for a moment. We're going to move the eyes. So open the eyes and take the eyes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up and down. This time we'll close the eyes. Just let them relax and rest. Then we're going to open the eyes and turn them left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Come back to center, close the eyes, let them rest. 2 more directions. This time we'll open the eyes and take the eyes up right, diagonal to down left. Up right, down left. Up right, down left. So up right corner, down left corner. Up right corner, down left corner. Back to center, resting. And then we'll go up left corner, down right corner. Up left corner, down right corner. Up left, down right, up left, down right, up left, down right, and then back to center, eyes closed, resting. Okay, so we got the eyes taken care of. Let's start to move the body a little bit. So we're going to have feet a little bit wider than hips distance, and this is going to be really invigorating. So on the inhalation, we're going to reach the arms up. Actually, let's start slow. So on the exhalation, just slowly bend the knees, bring the arms down. So we're going to control the arms first, and then just let them hang loose. Then we'll inhale. See if you can rise with a flat back. Inhale, and then take the arms up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale with control to start lowering. And you might release the head at the bottom of that. Inhaling back up. Exhaling back down. Inhaling. A few more. Synchronizing the breath and the body motion. So we're creating patterns in order with the body, with the breath, with the mind. Different from what we might experience when we're multitasking. Unless you're really good at it. Okay, so this time we're going to meet with the arms risen, and then we'll start to pick up the pace a little bit and really let that energy flow through and detoxify as we take big exhales. So we're going to inhale here, and then as you exhale, swoosh the arms down. You're going to bounce the knees, and then let the arms come back up as you inhale. Exhale, swishing, letting the arms swing all the way back, inhaling up. Exhaling, so the breath is going to be quicker. And if you want, you can exhale out through the mouth. So like a big swooshing sound. If you want, you can also swish in like you're sucking on a straw as you're inhaling. Now, if you're dealing with anything like high blood pressure, just take it easy. You don't have to go crazy with the breath. You might go slower. You might breathe in and out through the nose instead. Just getting a little bit more motion, feeling heat building up that we're generating. One more time, inhaling, lifting the arms up. And then we'll bring the palms together, thumbs in towards the heart center. All right, so step towards the top of the mat if you aren't already there, or your space. And from here, we're going to create a little bit of balance. So I'm going to suggest, if balance is a little difficult for you, having a chair close by is really helpful, or even doing this by the wall with the right. We'll have the right hand, left hand, doesn't really matter, actually. So what we'll do, and if you're going to work with balance without support, you'll keep the hands right here, pressed together. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, feet are hip distance apart to start. As you exhale, take the left foot back, and you're just going to stay on the toes for a moment. And then we're going to bend the left knee as if it's going to come down to the mat, but then we'll straighten the left leg again. Bend the left knee, straightening just 3 times, bending, straightening. Now here's where we're going to balance a little. Come forward and kick the left knee forward. So just picking it up and then sending it back. And then we'll take 3 little dips again. 1, 2, 3. So we're getting the glutes fired up. Bring the left knee forward. Let's do this one more time. And then we're also working with the hip flexor. So these are areas that we need to focus on when working with neutralizing our sitting. Pick the left knee up. Let's take the foot back. This time we're going to come into warrior B. So let's turn the left toes to the left, and the right foot is going to stay just as it is. So the trunk, everything's facing left, but the right toes. Open the arms, squeeze the shoulders back, send them down. And today we'll flip the palms upwards and look past the right fingertips. So we're rotating the neck. Try to keep the arms fairly balanced, even with each other. And we'll straighten the right leg. Take the right arm up towards the sky, left fingertips holding the right wrist, then pull that right arm up and slightly over towards the back. Looking upwards. And we'll bring the arms back to center, palms back together, turn to face the front, step the left foot up. Let's do the same with the right foot. So take the right foot back. So again, hopefully you can adapt to this position, adapt to your body's ability to balance. Use props, use walls, chairs, whatever you need as part of the practice. So we're here, we're going to dip 3 times, right knee, almost touching the mat, but not quite. Once we've taken the 3rd, we'll send the right knee forward just for that moment, and then we'll take the foot back. And again, 3 more dips. Focus on straightening and bending the back leg. Sending the knee forward. See if you can coordinate your breath as well. Letting yourself be creative about it. Knee comes forward, and then we take the foot back. So here we are. I'm going to just change directions so that I can face you. We're going to turn to the right, except the left foot stays facing forward. Then we'll open the arms, take the shoulders back and down, and then flip the palms upwards. Turn the head to look past the left fingertips. Sink in a little deeper, and then we'll straighten the left leg. Bring the left arm up, right fingertips to the left wrist. Pull the left arm up, send it up and over. Looking upwards. And we'll bring the arms to a T, palms together, turn to face forward, step the right foot up. All right, so here we are back in your space if you moved away from it. Let's find our way to facing forward. Separate the feet to the edges of the mat. And we'll take the hands behind and interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. As you exhale, start to send the chest forward, bend the knees, and then begin to send the heart down. Letting the head come down all the way so the crown of the head looks down. The arms are sending up and over. A lot of times, arms are this low because we're very tight in the chest, in the back, in the arms. So what you'll do if your arms are very low like this, you'll imagine that you're pushing the arms. Actually, just push the arms down, but don't let them relax down. So you're going to use some tension here. You're pushing the hands into each other, pressing them down. You can do that on the inhale. On the exhale, lift them as much as you can. And then we can all do that to increase the range of motion. Pressing down
and then lifting, pushing down and lifting. Maybe once more. Lifting. Take a breath or two. How about a nice clearing breath, letting the breath take a little longer as you exhale, letting the exhale last longer, and then returning to that pattern. And then we'll release the arms down and hold opposite elbows with the hands. I think that's enough standing for now, so let's take another breath. We're going to turn this into a table posture. So bring the hands down, step a foot back, step the other foot back. You'll bring knees down so that you have wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we'll start to move through cat-cow. So as you inhale, expand the belly, the rib cage, the chest like we did before. Lift the tailbone and the head without forcing them. As you exhale, draw the chest, the rib cage, the belly in. Let the head and the tailbone shift down. So inhaling, exhaling. Now let's keep going, and as you notice, the breath I'm using has a little bit more sound to it. It's kind of like feels like a thicker breath. So if you'd like to work that with me, it's a nice way to really get a hold of the breath. You will inhale through the nose for a moment, and then exhale, fog out through the mouth like you're fogging a mirror, keeping the mouth open, fogging inwardly. Closing the mouth, exhaling through the nostrils. But now we have the lips closed and it still sounds like we're fogging a mirror. So keeping that breath going, we're going to separate, come to a neutral table, and then separate the knees a little bit more than where we had them. Keep the arms straight. We're going to start with like thread the needle, but we're going to keep the left arm, the standing arm, straight. So on the next inhale, pick up the right arm. On the exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, but again, left arm stays straight. It changes the experience in the left shoulder. So do not bend the elbow. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, sending through. Let's take 8 more. So as we're doing this, we're also engaging the belly and the obliques. And we're helping get rid of some tension in the back of the shoulders. Because I was talking, I lost count, but I think we're about there. So then we'll be switching with the right hand down, picking up the left arm 10 times total. Keeping right arm straight. So I think we're at 10. Once you finish that final one, we'll bring the hand down, and then we're going to come down to the belly to work on the low back, get some energy flowing through it. So just bring the knees back, come all the way down. You can tuck the elbows in towards the rib cage, bring the forehead down. Keep the legs separated and also keep the legs relaxed. Keep the glutes relaxed. And on the next breath in, lift the head, the chest, slide the elbows forward. Now, if you can get a deep arch in the low back, you'll have the elbows basically under the shoulders. If that's really uncomfortable or painful, you're going to take the elbows further forward. But you'll still try to find the lowest point in the spine that you can have that curve. And then we'll be there, sinking into the curve as you continue to relax the legs. The hardest part for me in learning this
a specific way to do it was keeping the legs relaxed, because I learned to always engage the legs and the glutes in this position. But in terms of really focusing on sinking into the spine, finding that extension, releasing tension from there, strengthening at the same time, it really helps to relax the legs. If you find it to be a little intense because you aren't accustomed to this position, you can lower down, take a breath, and then start again. We're here just a little longer. All right, a little bit more work. Let's lower the head and the chest down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, just about 5 cobra press-ups, I think. So when you're ready, keeping the legs relaxed, lift the head, the chest. Now push into the hands and lift where you can. Sink into the curve of the spine and then release down. So 4 more of those. Lifting first, head, chest, then we put pressure in the hands. Sinking in, releasing down. So after this 5th one, we'll hold it for a couple breaths. The hips might be up or they might be down. Either way, keep the legs relaxed. And then we're going to pick up the hips and send them back. Separate the knees. Let's come into child's posture. The hips come down to the heels. Let the head rest on the mat if it's there comfortably. If not, this is a good spot to elevate the head using the arms. Resting elbows, lifting forearms, creating the height and adapting appropriately. Let's take about 5 nice deep breaths here. And we'll inhale, rise up to table. We're going to come to seated with the ankles crossed. All right. Right from seated. Take the arms out to a T. And then let's find a side bend. So we'll go over to the right first. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, rise up, twisting to the right now. We'll take left hand to right knee, right hand behind, get tall and turn. We're going to come to center and this arm across. We're going to take the right arm underneath and hook it in, drawing it in. So you've got the left arm across the chest. I'm going to take that left arm up and over and then bend it, taking hand behind, right fingers to left elbow as we draw the arm back, center, and then bring the chin in to the neck a little bit so we can push that arm back. Now before we go to the other side, let's take the arms open and switch the order of the ankles, and then we'll twist to the left. And we'll come to center, hooking the left arm around the right and pulling it in. Relaxing the forehead, the eyes, the jaw. Let's take that arm up overhead. Fingers to the right elbow, drawing the chin in a little bit to send that arm back. One more deep breath. And relaxing the arms. So we're going to work on the neck. Let's hold the hands into each other, thumbs touching, releasing them down. Turn the head left, right a few times. Not synchronized with the breath necessarily, like even patterned, but not as slow as the breath. Bringing the head to center, lifting up and down. All right, bring the head to center, chin tucks, taking chin forward and in, forward, in, forward, in. So notice how we're moving the head. We're going to see if we can do that sideways. It's usually more challenging. Bring the head to center. Now take the head left, right. Can feel kind of strange at first. Maybe it feels like the head's not moving, but eventually, with more practice, it gets there. Then we'll relax and maybe shake the head out. Then bring the head to center. Cross the wrists. Bring the fingers to the base of the neck, right on the sides of it above the clavicle, so not in the center. Then putting pressure with the fingers into the base of that muscle, lift the chin. It's not really the base, but it's the base to what we can access right above the clavicle. Lifting chin, putting pressure. And head comes to center. Lift the right, we can release the hands. Lift the right ear up. Come to center, lift the left ear up. And come to center. Okay, move the head a little bit. We're going to come down to the back. We can plant the feet. First thing, we'll take the right ankle to the left thigh and then bring the left leg in closer, holding the back of it with the fingers clasped around the thigh maybe, or around the shin. And here you can kind of move both of the feet around and then eventually keep the right foot flexed and maybe relax the left leg, left foot as you continue to hold it in. All right, we'll plant the left foot down, release the right ankle, and take the leg upwards. You can point and flex. We're holding this leg somewhere, and then just keep the foot flexed. If you'd like, you can walk up the leg. You can keep the knee bent or straight. Just keep the ankle flexed. Might draw it in a little closer. And then we'll relax that down. So not too much with the back of the leg today. Left ankle to right thigh. Bring the right leg in, holding it in. Maybe some movement with the feet. And then flexing that left foot, left ankle as you draw the leg in closer. Noticing any imbalance between the two sides throughout the practice is really important. Then as we go through, we can adapt better and make necessary changes to try to even things out. Or if something just, is structurally not able to, then we just know, and then we can prevent injuring ourselves. So it's really important to pay attention. Just about ready to rest. After we've opened up some channels for energy to flow through more efficiently. All right. And then we'll switch, taking right foot down, taking left leg up, holding it, maybe a point and a flex. And then keeping the foot flexed. Maybe walking up.
and releasing the leg. Bring both of the knees in, give them a big squeeze. And we can roll the knees to the right, open the arms to a T, turn the head to the left. Relaxing the breath now. Bringing knees to center and over to the left, head to the right. Coming to center, and then we're going to lie down completely. So taking feet to the corners of the mat, toes turning outwards, arms resting alongside the body, palms flipped upwards. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out through the mouth. And then just releasing any control of the breath and releasing any control of the body. So allowing the body to come into a state of heaviness. Feeling the entire surface that's against the floor here. Noticing where the body meets the floor, the head, shoulders, the glutes, parts of the back, the legs, parts of the arms. And just allowing that release and the process of letting go of control. That's an important aspect as well. We work to have the agency, but then we also release it on purpose. So feeling the eyes sink into the eye sockets. Feeling the softness and the softening of the inner channels of the ears. Just letting the fingertips feel the temperature of the air. Feeling the soles of the feet relax. And feeling the entire casing of the skin, letting all the skin throughout the whole body, the scalp, down to the toes, through the arms, the neck, the back, everywhere, letting that soften. Sinking into this restful position. Without changing anything, just notice how the breath is flowing. Notice how relaxed the body is. Notice the slower pace of the emotions and the thoughts flowing through. Maybe even the quality of those thoughts and feelings and emotions having changed. And then we're going to start to come back by bringing more control into the breath again after we let go of that control. Let's breathe in more deeply. Breathing out. Slowly start to move the fingers and the toes. Move the arms back, point the toes forward. And we'll bring the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees.
And then you can roll to the side to press your way up or rock right up to seated. We're going to bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart center, closing the eyes. Allowing ourselves to be silent for another moment. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.